Hi there, it's Miss Tison with another story. This one is called Inky the Octopus, and I found this on the Sora electronic book place that you can go to through my plan. It has thousands of really cool books. I was drawn to this one because it is based on a real life aquatic escape, which sounded very interesting to me. So we're going to read this one together. Inky the Octopus. It's written by Erin Guendelsberger, and the art is by David Lenner. And we are able to read this thanks to the publisher, Sourcebooks Jabberwocky, who have given us all permission to read their stories without violating copyright rules during the COVID-19 crisis. So that's kind of cool. Oh, let's go back. No, not too fast. I live in a world of see-through walls in a tank with a lockdown lid. I'm fed like a king 3 meals a day of lobster, shrimp, and squid. I know I have a good life and should want for nothing more, but something tugs at my curious heart that I simply can't ignore. Do you see him? Out of this tank, I must be free. I must explore the open sea. I've always liked 8-armed charades and seaweed hide and seek. I've had fun playing gravel hockey and tentacle tag each week. But I long to see a brand new world of plants and rocks and fish. Discovering things I've never known has become my only wish. Out of this tank, I must break free. I hear the ocean calling me. What is this? Tonight, it seems, my tank lid is ajar. This could be my one chance for change. Dare I hope that far? I tell my tank mate, does not want to stay. I tell my tank mate, Blotchy, we should bid our tank adieu. I tell him we'll be happier exploring someplace new. Blotchy says he'd rather stay within his comfy home. He doesn't feel the pull to see the far and great unknown. Blotchy may be older too, because octopus, when they get older, do get blotchy and darker, and they don't really want to move around as much. And so this quest I must take on is one I'll take alone. I'll be a solo traveler when I set off to roam. Out of this tank I must break free. My heart flies up to the open sea. Here I go, to the top of the tank. I slide one arm outside. The air in the room feels dry and cool. The space feels free and wide. I lift through arms 2, 3, and 4. Next 5, 6, 7, 8. My head is last, and then I'm sliding down the tank's glass plate. The floor feels strange beneath me. Odd noises fill the room. The air smells different from my tank. It's freedom in full bloom. I sneak across the rough wood floor as fast as I can go. My 8 arms latch and then release. My sense of excitement grows. But can I leave my life, my friends, and all I've ever known? My heart says, yes! Today's the day to strike out on your own. The sea lies just ahead of me, so in and down I dive. I'm falling fast toward what's to come. I've never felt so alive. I plunge, I swim, I breathe, I whirl, I float, I spin, I glide. I'll follow my heart wherever it leads. I'll travel far and wide. Out of my tank, at last I'm free. Long may I journey the splendid sea. And here is the real story about Inky's ingenious escape. The book you've just read is based on the real-life story of Inky the Octopus, who escaped from the National Aquarium of New Zealand in 2016. After Inky was found injured in a crayfish pot, he was taken to the aquarium for recovery, where he lived for 2 years with a tank mate named Blotchy. One night, the lid of Inky's tank was left slightly open by mistake. Based on arm prints, they're not quite sure, found on the floor the next morning, workers at the aquarium believe Inky squeezed through the opening in his tank, slid down the side, and slithered across the floor. Octopuses, like Inky, are nimble contortionists, which means they can make their bodies into so many different shapes, able to pass through openings as small as a coin, like a quarter. The only explanation for Inky's escape is that once free of his tank, he squeezed through an even smaller opening, a drain hole only 6 inches wide. It's about the size of your hand if you spread it out between your pinky and your thumb, and miraculously made it out to sea. Inky left his tank mate Blotchy behind in favor of the challenge and allure of the escape. He didn't even leave us a message, the aquarium manager said. Escape artist and marine biologist alike hope this Houdini of the sea is now happily swimming across the open ocean. The book goes on to tell us about Otto, Flo, and Sid, who were some other octopi who live in this aquarium. It follows up with some really cool facts about octopus, and they are super fascinating. Here's the first one. Octopuses, octopi, octopods. Pick your favorite. They're all correct. In any case, octopuses are loners. They don't usually travel in groups, so unlike a school of dolphins or a shoal of fish, there is no official word for a bunch of octopuses. They talk about how they, when they use their ink, how they don't have any bones, and different things. So if you want to learn more, I would challenge you to borrow this book from Sora. And then it covers, here it goes back to the end, and it's back to the beginning. Out of this tank, I must be free. I must explore the open sea. Thanks for joining me as I got to read the story of Inky the Octopus and his great escape.